CO2 is very long-lived in our atmosphere, and so whatever mistakes we make now, we will not be forgiven for those mistakes for a very long time.
We are in the Anthropocene. We are at a phase where, as pointed out, humanity is fiddling with physical processes at the planetary level.
Earth used to be infinite for human society, become finite. And the waste we are producing is overburdening the Earth.
I'm deeply convinced that we cannot allow the globe, the planet, to warm much in excess of 2 degrees centigrade, because otherwise we would trigger a number of tipping points in the Earth system also.
But somehow I believe that eventually we must build an economic and political system that is not dependent on unlimited consumption and growth.
So somehow global decision makers have to be persuaded that strong, committed and coordinated action is needed now, not in 10 years' time or even in 5, but now. Otherwise you will have little left on which to base our economies.
The real consequence of Copenhagen, as we see, is the ability of developed and developing countries to build trust, that they can work together and trust each other.
President Obama said the United States should act first. And it's a very simple statement. So we will, using China as a reason not to act is no longer in what we want to go forward with. Tremendous resources have been put at our disposal to make investments to help industry develop new technology. The economic stimulus package of $38 billion, in addition to our normal budget of $26 billion, is in large part aimed at developing new technologies.
We think that developing countries could undertake low carbon and climate resilient development plans, transforming their economies to become more resilient against climate change, a necessity for many, many countries, and get on a low carbon economy as well. If you do that and if you enshrine that in a Copenhagen Agreement, we think that that is the kind of contribution that can deliver the necessary tons.
It's very attractive to carry out reduction of greenhouse gases. It's not costly. There are now estimates which clearly show that this is easier done than anyone expected. There are huge co-benefits in respect of energy security, in respect of greater employment.
The transition to low-carbon growth is going to be like the railways, electricity, the motor car, information technology. It's going to be a period of extraordinary discovery.
I know we can do it. The technology is there, the scientific community is specialists do. Industry is able to do it. They just say, tell us what the price of carbon will be and we'll get on with it. So it's up to industry and the politicians now to get together in a very serious way to say how can we solve this together.
To realize that we have a crisis, but we can also do something. And if you can plant a tree or protect one that is surviving, you're already contributing to this issue. And you are raising awareness and you are able to speak to your representatives, because those politicians are the ones who are eventually going to make the decisions on our behalf. And so we want to make them understand that we have a problem in our hands, we want them to take charge, we want them to make decisions. And all of us, whether we come from the rich countries or the poor countries, it is not time to point fingers. We are all in it together.